Hey, well, greetings, everyone. So it's been a long time since I got on here and talked about Star Wars, and it actually, I did those videos. I did the videos a while back on why I did not like the Last Jedi, and I didn't end up seeing Solo, and so I really, I just, I've been enjoying Star Wars in some different ways, but just not anything that I really wanted to like get on and talk about. And then today happened, and the trailer for Rise of Skywalker came out. And I tell you what, I kind of give you my general reaction is I was at work and somebody posted the title, and I was immediately on board. And I have not been excited about Star Wars movies since a little while into the Last Jedi. I just haven't been excited about them, and I haven't really been excited about Episode 9. I've been a big believer that if anybody could fix this thing, it was J.J. Abrams. But I just really haven't been excited, and I saw the title and I got excited, and I'll tell you why. Because one of the things with like one of the problems with The Last Jedi is that this is a story about the Skywalker family. And then you get to chapter 8, and Rian Johnson is trying to tell us, no, it's not about the Skywalker family, it's about all of us. Which is a very, very egalitarian, but not really all that interesting. We go to Star Wars to see to see the Skywalker family with lightsabers, and so that's that was one of the issues with the movie, is that we were Rian Johnson was tearing down the past and putting in its place this thing that was not really anymore Jedi Knights against the Sith, but it's really like the Force in all of us, and kind of a real Care Bears moment where we all get together and let our little stomach symbols shine forth. And so for Episode 9 to be called The Rise of Skywalker is J.J. Abrams telling us we're not going down that path anymore. No, this is about the Skywalkers. And so just seeing that, it was like, and I've been so concerned about this. I didn't know what the title was going to be. I didn't know what the trailer was going to be. The second I saw that, my confidence that Abrams was trying to fix this thing was renewed. And then I saw the trailer, and I can't, I've long been saying that, for Disney to pull this thing out, they needed to give us something in the trailer that let us know that they did understand where The Last Jedi had gone wrong, and that it was fixable, and that they were working toward it. And what we got was that on overdrive. I mean, every scene in this trailer was J.J. Abrams telling us, yes, I understand, and I have the same frustrations, and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. So the first thing we see is Rey. Of course we see Rey. I mean, it's like despite her problems as a character in The Last Jedi, she is the main character of this trilogy, and so it wouldn't do to just dump her. But there's two things that Abrams is doing to telegraph some stuff to us. The first is she's wearing her old outfit. She's not wearing her Last Jedi outfit. She's wearing her Force Awakens outfit. But then she grabs her lightsaber. And when I say her lightsaber, she grabs Anakin's lightsaber. Now, this is important, because one of the things that Rian Johnson was doing when he was ripping apart the past is physically ripping apart the past. And so he broke apart the lightsaber as a symbol that we are no longer tied to these old characters, to these old things. We are moving forward. But J.J. Abrams repaired it. And so what he's communicating to us is that no, I've heard you. And this story, the Skywalker story, is not yet done. He does this again with Kylo's mask. Now, Kylo's mask doesn't have the history that the lightsaber does. The lightsaber was an important thing, but that's just another little, another little pop at Rian Johnson. It's like, you broke my mask and I'm putting it back together. We jump to Lando flying the Falcon, just like we loved it in Return of the Jedi. When he did that. And we remember that we wanted Lando, and people were saying, it's like, hey, Lando should be in episode 8. And Rian Johnson's like, we don't have room for him in episode 8, even though he clearly did. I mean, cameo at the casino is kind of on the nose. When they were trying to find help in calling Maz Kanata, calling Lando would have worked actually probably a little bit better because the CGI on that scene was kind of garbage. So there was places to put him, but they didn't want him. And so J.J. Abrams is putting him in the cockpit and going, no, he's here and he's where he's supposed to be. And this is just, all of this is just layered on top of each other for the fans, just to communicate that one point, that this is not The Last Jedi. This is part of the saga, which The Last Jedi had chapter 8 written on it. But in every way, it was a rejection of the overall plot, the overall saga. And so that's what J.J. Abrams is bringing in. So then we get Leia, which, of course, we're going to remember that Kathleen Kennedy was like, no, out of respect, for Carrie Fisher, we're not going to put Leia in this movie. And Carrie Fisher's brother's like, nah, we're kind of cool with her being in the movie. That's kind of where she needs to be. And Kathleen Kennedy's like, no, out of respect. And then J.J. Abrams came in and was like, yeah, of course we're going to have Leia in the movie. And she's there, and it's great. The scene is emotional, just like our seeing Carrie Fisher there in that scene is emotional. And so it's really cool. And so we finally get to the part where we have the new team. The new team made up of half the old team, right? With Chewie there, with 3PO there, and they're looking at the burned out husk of the Death Star. It's like he's hitting on all points, and Luke in the overdub is saying, "No one is truly gone," and you're like, yes. He's talking about Luke. He's talking about Obi-Wan. He's talking about Yoda. He's talking about Palpatine. Oh my goodness. And this is where the realization hit me. And I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but this is what The Force Awakens was really missing. One of the things, and that is and I love Force Awakens. Y'all know I love The Force Awakens, but this is one of the things that was missing, is that the whole of the saga is not just the adventures of the Skywalker family. It is actually the conflicts between the Skywalker family and perhaps the greatest Sith who ever lived, in Palpatine. And I'm going to draw a little bit on Legends here. because it's just very recently I actually got to read Darth Plagueis. It's a really good book, and I'm gonna give away a little bit. I'm actually give away a lot, but not the whole plot. But toward the end, if you don't want to hear, fast forward 30 seconds. But toward the end, we find out that Plagueis has actually been played by Darth Sidious the entire time. And actually, it's Palpatine that is behind all the great things that Plagueis has done and is doing. And Palpatine is pulling the strings. And so it's kind of a cool idea that being true, and of course it's legends that we don't know if it's true or not. But why then, just because Anakin is born, do we abandon the all the things that Plagueis was doing, which was essentially looking for eternal life? Why would that research be abandoned just because he's dead? And if that's what we're seeing here, that is a really, really interesting idea. And if what J.J. Abrams is telling us is that the bad guy here is Palpatine, then that is J.J. Abrams, like, not only listening to the fans but taking it a step further, because we said, hey, look, the saga is about the Skywalker family. If J.J. Abrams is saying, you're right, it is about the Skywalker family. And you know what else it's about? It's about the Skywalker family in conflict with a particularly evil and brilliant Sith. And he's going to now take that story into a third generation. Is a really, really cool idea. And these are kind of the ambiguities in a J.J. Abrams production. These kind of questions that pop up that you don't know the answer to until you actually see the movie, and then sometimes not even that. Lost. But these are the things that he likes doing. For example, the ambiguity of the title. What is it? What is he talking about? The Rise of Skywalker. Is he talking about Luke? It could be. I mean, is Luke's seeming death at the end of The Last Jedi, is J.J. Abrams taking that kind of in a Obi-Wan death in A New Hope kind of way? It's like, you strike me down, I'll be stronger than ever type of thing, where maybe Luke realizes, hey, look, I need more resources if we're going to be fighting Sidious than just hanging out like in this body. So let's join the Force and get I don't know, rally the troops, whatever he needs to do, and be back better than ever. Could be. Is it the rise of the Skywalker that has been Solo? I mean, is it a turn for him? Is this ultimately a story about him being redeemed? Which is a great, grand Star Wars theme that's been told. I mean, that's, that is the grand theme of the original trilogy. And so to carry it through now would be totally appropriate. Is it the rise of Rey Skywalker? Now, I mean, look, Kylo told her that she's not, and she's just nobody. But I don't know why we would believe Kylo. I mean, there was no proof given. It's like that is very easily just washed over. It's like, hey, no, Kylo was lying to you. This is who you are. Or does this mean something else? The ambiguity there is really interesting, and J.J. Abrams is inviting us in to think through these things, to wonder at them. There's a hefty sense of wonder in this trailer that was completely missing from The Last Jedi. That kind of awe. That awe that we felt when we first watched Star Wars. That all that we still feel. I mean, goodness, that we still feel because of it. That all that, like, I mean, even though the prequels were not nearly as good as the original, that's still that awe that you felt when Darth Maul came on the scene. That awe that you felt when during their fight at the end of the Phantom Menace, or that just the that great feeling amongst the Jedi that there's just really hard to capture, but when it's right, it's right. When it's right, it's right. That's one of the things that makes Star Wars so great. And this trailer had it all over it. And so this is why I'm like excited about this now. This is why I'm like I'm getting really pumped about this now that I haven't been I've been wanting to see it because I am a fan of J.J. Abrams. I'm all the cards on the table. I know. Look, there's Star Wars fans that love J.J. Abrams and there's Star Wars fans that hate him. I'm one of the ones that love him. And so I was going to go see this movie because I do believe that if anyone in Hollywood could fix what just happened in The Last Jedi, J.J. Abrams can. But this trailer gives me the heavy impression that he's on the right path, and that's what I'm excited about, and that's what's got me pumped today, down to the title of the movie being dead on right. It's the right title. It's the right title. And you note, by the way, you notice how it mirrors Return of the Jedi. But we're not doing like just this vague. The Jedi are coming back. No, this one is the Skywalker family is coming back. It's just the absolutely perfect title. And so I'm very curious as to what y'all think. If this has gotten your blood going for this movie, if this trailer is getting you re-engaged, if you're like me and you just haven't been engaged in the last year and a half in on this, I'd really love to hear from you on this. Do comments. As more thoughts come to me, I really do want to do more. Getting back into this sort of thing. So, please subscribe, and hopefully we will talk very soon.